Hello and welcome to this first episode of Open Floor with Nihshank for 2024. And ladies and gentlemen, the chapter of legal glamour continues on today's show as we have with us Avadhi Joshi, the legal maestro who adds a dash of sparkle to every legal note, making it not just legally sound, but stunningly glamorous. In the world of special works, Avadhi's legal brilliance shines through, especially when devising strategic solutions, navigating intricate endorsement agreements, or providing direction on intellectual property matters. Her collaboration with stakeholders from writers to talent management companies are like a perfectly orchestrated symphony, ensuring that the show goes on seamlessly. The sparkling Avadhi Joshi has also contributed her wizardry to the documentary Superteens, which we'll talk about in depth, I think, with this interview. And having worked with industry giants like Balaji Telefilms, Zee Entertainment, Sony Pictures, Cosmos India, SOL Productions, she's the yardstick for legal finesse. Currently donning the hat of a partner at VNA Partners, she's no stranger to the glids of showbiz and has been seen working with the likes of Vivek Agnihotri, Mohit Lalwani, and Gaurav Kapoor. Today, we cover the journey from enlightenment to entertainment with Avadhi Joshi, a legal icon who turns legal complexities into a fashion statement. Welcome aboard, Avadhi. This was the
Thank
short
you,
little intro we
Nihshank.
had prepared for you.
That's very overwhelming. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you so
okay.
much for
And
having me.
yeah, you're saying something?
Yeah, I'm saying thank you so much for having me.
Arey yaar, absolutely, it's been a pleasure. And then through this entire process of reaching out to you, and for people, I just apologize to Avdi. Also, I'll apologize to you
No
guys as
problem.
well. I know this interview was scheduled for last week. I was just a little bit down, health issues, but we are back. And today we are going to have a lot of interesting discussions. But before we get into the professional part of things, Avdi, I know you're a partner at VNA, and it has been doing some phenomenal work, and you especially. But before, let's just start on a lighter note. This 2024 thing, huh? Do you
Mhm.
have like resolutions? A lot of people are resolution oriented, this new year, and I have to do these things.
No, yeah, to be very honest, as a lawyer, we do not have rights for resolutions because when we start working, we
Yeah,
do not have time and we know it by the year end.
right,
Next year, we just have a resolution to have time for ourselves, but I don't think we never get it.
right.
So there's no resolution, but I will like to say that I definitely have in my mind that I want to balance it out because as
Yeah.
media lawyers, we are always up and running, mostly on Fridays though, because of
Okay.
the releases.
Right, right,
But
right.
it's very important to have a work life balance. That is what I aim to do, and I will try to do this year. Yes.
Right. That's great. And also, what you said about Fridays, it's true. I mean, Fridays, especially for actors, and now I'm sure for a media and entertainment lawyer as well, which we'll get into the depths of, changes a lot of things. One
A lot.
Friday can change the entire dimension of your
Everything.
career. So yeah, that part is there. But okay, thank you that you're not a resolution oriented person. You
Not
hardly
at all.
right. You hardly make, one can hardly make time for themselves. And yeah, this thing of balancing out is something that is also very important, especially in the role of a partner. Okay, and since you've already, stepped on that line of thought, let's just talk about, okay, what is it like stepping into the shoes of a media and entertainment lawyer? Like you mentioned a Friday. And, tell me this in context of you being a partner at VNA, right? How
Okay.
does it pan out? Yeah,
So, first of all, I think one needs to understand what does a media lawyer do.
right.
The myth is बहुत glamorous है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I
Okay.
hear so many interns and lawyers who wants to switch to media. They come and tell me, Abdi ma'am, listen na, we want to be a part of this, but we are very shy what to do. We have to meet the celebrities, how we will deal with this. So let's breaking the myth on your show. You don't get to meet celebrities on a very
Right,
regular basis. If you
right.
are an intern or a person working in a law firm, your partners might be meeting them, or the senior associates or the principal associates might be meeting them, but the interns and the associates, they never get a chance.
Okay.
Apart from that, the celebrity managers are usually in connection with you. They will
Right,
contact you and they will
right,
get everything resolved for you.
right.
So when people think media and entertainment lawyer, are she must be roaming around all the celebrities, it will be so much fun. It's never like that. It is
Okay.
very, very difficult work to do. you are swarmed with agreements. So, to give you a perspective, when a movie comes in, like we get a chance that this X movie has to go on the floor. On the floor का मतलब होता है it will start at shooting, right?
Acha,
Before
okay.
that, we have to do a bunch of agreements.
Right.
If we don't close those agreements, the movie can't go on the floor.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we are swarmed with almost hundreds of agreement to be done within a span of 2 to 3 months. And in that period, there's no day, there's no night. Everybody will juggle, they will try and finish everything, negotiate with this, that person. And in that thing, your glamour, world, myth is always broken.
Right.
So,
Okay.
as a partner, you have to manage all the team members
Right.
also,
Right.
right?
Right.
So, that's how it goes.
Okay, I can already see like a lot of viewers, starting only they've tuned out. Yeah, damn man, I was expecting something else from this show, and she's out here breaking all the myths and all that. Okay, Avdi, I get it. And also for the intro part, the glamour and everything was for Avdi herself. Okay, we're not talking about the industry. We don't know about the industry so much. That is why Avdi herself is here. Okay, but Avdi, I get that. You obviously, like I said, even in the intro or right now you're talking about the kind of agreements that you have to deal with, and obviously there is a lot on the plate that is
Yeah.
there. But in the sense of it, in the fun spirit of it, and now thinking from an aspirant and someone who wants to do this, what would
Yes,
your advice be initially, when they're trying to walk in? I understand that you broke the myth, but then there are a lot of positives to being in the media and entertainment industry,
definitely.
right? Your career is a remarkable example of that.
Thank you.
So why not shed some light on that? And
So, if you want to start your career as a media and entertainment lawyer, first of all, let's start towards intellectual property,
right,
right? It is very difficult to right away get into a media house like a production house or a talent management company. Directly, they will not take you if you do not have prior experience. To be
right,
very honest, this is what happens in the industry.
right.
But what I suggest everybody who comes, if you have been following me on LinkedIn, I keep guiding people how to enter
Right.
the field,
Right.
what to do, what to learn, and everything. So, what the guiding line is, start with intellectual property rights.
Okay.
Any IPR firm will do which has substantial work for copyrights.
Right. Okay.
Maybe they are working with musicians, maybe they are working with independent writers, so that you get certain exposure in it, right?
Right. Right.
Once you know and you are in the field, then start changing, start reaching out to law firms by telling them I have this and that experience in media and I would like to explore more, and that's the way the path will open for you overall.
Okay. Okay.
So reaching
So,
out directly is very difficult. Definitely, if you can send resumes, but thousands of resume come every day.
right.
Not everybody can see it. I get 50 resumes on a per day basis,
Right.
and
Okay.
I can
Okay.
hire only 4 to 5 interns in a month. To
Right.
be very honest, I try to help them as much as possible, and I understand they're not getting chances because media and entertainment law as a community is very small.
Right.
I don't think we are more than 7, 8,000 lawyers in total.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want to really appreciate the creativity of people, first of all, you really need to ask that question. Do you want to enter the field just for the glamour and glitz? Or do you really want to support the creative ideas in the field?
Right. Right.
Right? Intellectual property per se gives you an idea with the copyright thing that there's a writer who has written something which I need to protect. There's an artist who has done his performance which I need to protect. In
Absolutely.
that sense, intellectual property may entry karo and then get to step up with media houses. Try write everything possible about the current situations going on in the media industry on your LinkedIn to get
Right.
noticed.
Right.
That's
Okay.
if
Okay.
I notice somebody writing about media and entertainment, about a topic which is on fire, and I found his opinion or her opinion up to the mark, I will reach out to the person and ask him, okay, will you be interested in an internship? There's a role
Right.
opening here.
Right.
So that's very important that you are very truthful and faithful to the process, and
Right.
then you
Right.
go ahead.
Right.
So
Right,
yeah.
absolutely. I think you're talking about trusting the process in general. So, and I think it's true for any industry, wherever you're trying to make, a name for yourself and trying to figure out what. I really liked how you talked about the creative. aspects of people. At the end of the day, it is also about protecting their rights. And with the mindset that you are approaching things, it really, it appears all fancy on the outside. But then again, like you said, it is very important how we permeate those combinations and permutations. But okay, Avdhi, even like with respect to your LinkedIn, and I know you are a social media person, okay? Because yeah, like we do it every time. We've been
Right.
stalking you for quite a while now. But then even on LinkedIn, you'd say that if someone posts something, you would probably reach out to them, and that is something that is very unique to you. Firstly, let me tell
Yeah.
you that, because from a recruiter point of view, I have not had a lot of people come on this show and tell that I would personally reach out to someone. So that is something that's up to
Correct.
your mark, and that's kudos
Yeah.
to you. But I saw a very interesting read from one of your feeds where you talked about toxic workplace, right?
Right.
And what do you understand? Like, you initially also mentioned that you don't have a resolution per se, but then you want that balance, and
Right.
that this, especially with this corporate field and the kind of culture, I don't know, maybe time and time it sort of perpetrates, if one were to say, then it sort of hooks you off the balance. It is not a very pleasant working environment. But then what exactly is a toxic working environment according to your?
So I'm glad you asked me this question. I'm going to share a insight which is going to, I don't know, go where, but I think it is
Okay.
very important.
Right.
So you won't believe that toxic workplace because it has reached out to you, the post. Let me tell you, I have 70,000 impressions on that post,
Right.
but there are no comments. There are hardly few likes,
Yeah.
but my inbox was filled with messages saying, "Thank you for posting this. We align with what you are saying, but we
Right.
cannot either like your comment, like your
Absolutely.
post, or put any comments because if our
A
ex manager
recruiter
sees
or
this, he will
employer or
fire
whatever.
us."
Yeah. Yeah.
Then, I tend to help them a lot.
Yeah.
So I asked them what you guys have been through. Is this the
Yeah.
same what I'm talking about? And they were like, listen, we cannot talk on this platform. I don't know if my LinkedIn is also being checked by my company.
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, okay, that's a red flag. I have talked about red flags in your company so many times. Please watch
Right.
out.
Right.
To give you a brief and to the your audiences, what is a toxic workplace? So, the time you start feeling that you cannot grow further, and someone from your company is trying to put you down every time, be it your boss, to be very honest. Even if your boss is trying to put you down, say such things which will hamper your mental health, that's a major, major red flag. Run. I have been into places, I have been a part of this. I have faced such bad things in my life, but kudos to the mentors I had.
Right.
Like you are somewhere at that position when you have to decide either I choose my mental health or I choose to sit at home maybe without any job. Or maybe I have to work here and let go of my mental health. I don't know what to do. But at that time, so won't name anybody, but I have been stopped from getting my certificate of graduation, and I have been stopped from going there to receive for my convocation because
Okay.
they told me, and I was a topper. I ranked
Okay.
university topper, ranked for our facilitation,
Yeah.
and I was asked, if you go, then consider this your last day at this office. I was very scared, new in the industry, and I thought, okay, maybe I can't go. I cried. I think I remember I cried for days for that moment because that would made my parents so proud. But I was so afraid. That was a major red flag when I understood, oh my God, this is extremely toxic. I have to raise my voice. But
Avdi, just sorry to like interrupt you
yeah,
here.
yeah.
I know you were going on a trail there, but okay, help me understand. So you're the company XYZ, whatever, and my audience will connect the dots, I'm sure. But they sort of said that you cannot go to the ceremony where you had topped your college.
Yeah, because there were things which were planned in the company and I had to be part of it.
Okay. So,
Okay.
all right. Okay.
So I can
That's
ask.
really, yeah, that's
Yeah.
pathetic. But okay, let's not. Yeah, but I'm really glad that you are even, posting all of this and reaching out.
Yeah, I know there will be so much backlash because the person will relate whom I'm talking about, and I think it was a high time that I talk about it, and I really want all the people who are watching to watch out for themselves. This is very toxic trait of anybody to stop you from doing what you want to, despite your
Right,
survey, you are giving them service at your 100%. So
right, right,
another thing which I would like to say, to run from this toxic environment, you always need a right mentor. I
right.
had the perfect mentors in my life.
Is there anyone
And
you want to give a shout out to?
yeah, I think there's Shubham
Okay,
Srivastava. He's
okay,
from day one of my journey. He had been mentoring me outright. And there's Anushri Rauta, of course,
right.
my godmother, I'll say.
Okay,
She is partner at ANM Global, and she has
okay,
always treated me like her own daughter and
right,
always guided me through what to do, what not to do, and always supported me. So yeah, these two people are somebody who are very close to my heart, and they know me in and out, and they will definitely know whom I'm talking about. But
right, Avdi.
yeah, so it was
And
very important at that point of time to raise my voice for toxic workplace, and that's why that post.
no, absolutely. And I mean, a lot of people, even when they watch the interview, and हम हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में बात करेंगे, मेरी ऑडियंस मेजरली 50 से 60% हिंदी स्पीकिंग भी है. तो
हाँ
मतलब
जी.
मुझे कोई शर्म नहीं है हिंदी बोलने में. इट्स अ वेरी स्वीट लैंग्वेज, जस्ट लाइक एनी अदर लैंग्वेज. तो मतलब दैट पार्ट ऑल्सो ऑब्वियसली रेजोनेट्स. एंड एक ऐसे जनरल उसमें एक कहावत भी है कि पैसा कमाते कमाते खुद को मत खो देना. And the point
बहुत
being that you don't compromise your integrity and self-respect. And like you were saying, sometimes you have to make that choice, because not
right.
everybody is privileged enough to let go of that money or that kind of job. And then you battle it out within yourself. And probably the battle that runs here is the toughest to fight. Whatever
Very
is
tough.
happening
Yeah.
outside gets solved in the process. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing it, Avdhi. And suddenly, very suddenly, this podcast became very dense, because
Intense.
I just lost myself and I was trying to picture out how the entire situation is. I was not really into the zone of what my next question is, but rather just thinking how it affects a person is also something that stays with them for their entire life. So
Yeah,
thank you
you
for,
can never forget. You can
yeah,
never forget such instances ever. And that's why there's something in your heart which says, let's help others. चलो बाकी
right,
बच्चों को संभाल बोलते हैं हम
right,
कि देखो ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है तुम्हारे साथ तो प्लीज छोड़ दो वो जॉब.
right,
Money
right.
does not matter at the end of the day if you can't sleep. Period.
एब्सोल्युटली नहीं नहीं, नींद अच्छी आनी चाहिए बिल्कुल. अच्छा, एक और चीज के बारे में बात करते हैं. तो यू बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट योर जॉब. काफी कुछ अच्छा भी करा है आपने. यू डन अ लॉट ऑफ, लाइक आई सेड इन द बिगिनिंग, whether it's, and we'll come to Vivek Agnihotri and the other people there, but let's talk about even Z and alt Balaji. Like, why this shift, and what exactly interests you in their particular company? किस टाइप का काम करते हो आप, so that
Okay.
people who watch, yeah, they can
तो
understand.
मीडिया लॉयर का बेसिकली काम होता है अगर कुछ चीज़ प्रोडक्शन के लिए जानी होती है. सो अगर
Right,
फिल्म प्रोडक्शन होता है तो आपके पास राइटर सर्विसेज होती है, आर्टिस्ट सर्विसेज होती है, प्रोडक्शन अग्रीमेंट होता है, को प्रोडक्शन होता है बिटवीन टू प्रोड्यूसर्स. एक पैसा लगा रहा है या दोनों पैसे लगा रहे हैं, एक प्रोडक्शन एक्टिविटीज मैनेज कर रहा है, फंडिंग कर रहा है. सो
right.
दोज काइंड्स ऑफ अग्रीमेंट्स, यू विल बी सरप्राइज टू नो जो स्पॉट दादाज होते हैं ना, वेयर
हाँ.
यू हियर कि अरे हमारी टीम है, उनके भी अग्रीमेंट होते हैं. द मेकअप
Okay.
आर्टिस्ट देयर, एनी एंड एवरी पर्सन हु
Is
नोज
involved.
की शूटिंग हो रही है वहाँ पे है, उससे अग्रीमेंट साइन करवाया जाता है सो दैट द प्रोड्यूसर कैन एंश्योर कि आपका इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी हमारे पास है, हम ये जो भी क्रिएट कर रहे हैं तुम जाके किसी और को नहीं दिखा सकते,
Right,
बता सकते, कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी मेंटेन करो.
right,
आईपी हम रिटेन करते हैं, हम इसका डेरिवेटिव वर्क बना सकते हैं. डेरिवेटिव
right,
वर्क का मतलब होता है आई कैन कन्वर्ट दिस फिल्म इनटू वेरियस एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ मीडिया लाइक अ
right.
गेम
Yeah.
और ऑडियो बुक एक्सेट्रा.
हाँ.
तो ये सब काम होता है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस देयर स्क्रिप्ट रिव्यूइंग. सो जो भी आप मूवीज देखते हो वो स्क्रिप्ट रिव्यू करने के लिए आती है लॉयर्स के पास. वी रीड एंटायर स्क्रिप्ट. वी
Right,
टेल द प्रोड्यूसर देखो ये तुमने यहाँ पे एचडीएफसी का नाम ले लिया है विदाउट देयर परमिशन, सो नाउ
right,
Either you get their permission, and if you're not getting their permission, change it.
Right.
You cannot use any brand's name without permission. For that
Right.
matter, you cannot use any music, any clippings, anything without
Acha.
permission. Yeah, you can't
Okay.
use
So
anything.
it's that restricted. Okay,
Very
Avdi, so a lot
restricted.
of good work for you. अच्छा, okay, no, so just as a curious person in general, okay, so let's say अगर मैं किसी की बड़ाई भी कर रहा हूँ, कोई भी
Hmm.
ब्रांड है और मतलब मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये देखो कितनी अच्छी ब्रांड है और ये वो, उसके लिए भी परमिशन लेना पड़ेगा?
इफ यू आर कमर्शलाइजिंग ऑन इट, यस। तो अगर आप
Okay.
किसी की ब्रांडिंग के बारे में बहुत अच्छा अच्छा बोल रहे हो, और फिर वो यूट्यूब पे मोनेटाइजेशन प्रेस कर दिया है, और ब्रांड के नाम पे पैसे कमा रहे हो, ब्रांड आएगा, सू करेगा, बोलेगा पैसे दे दो।
Okay. Okay. Okay.
तो
Okay.
अगर नाम लिया जा रहा है इन गुड फेथ एंड टेलिंग गुड थिंग्स अबाउट इट without monetizing it or commercializing or banking on the brand, then definitely they will appreciate कि अरे बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं, रिव्यू में डाल दो।
राइट राइट, नहीं बट जैसे कि चलो एक फिल्म में चल रहा है, फिल्म तो कमर्शियल एस्पेक्ट से ही बनी है, और
राइट,
फिल्म में मैंने XYZ का नाम ले लिया,
परमिशन लगती है।
परमिशन लगती है, तो फिर आप सारे चीज की परमिशन, अच्छा आप और ये अलाउड होते हैं, जैसे कि ये डिस्क्लोजर अग्रीमेंट आप साइन करते हो, नॉन डिस्क्लोजर, कि आप फिल्म्स के नाम नहीं बोल सकते, या फिर यू कैन टेल इन द पब्लिक
नहीं,
या
तो
दीज आर द फिल्म्स आई डिड?
एनओसी लिया जाता है इन ब्रांड से, नो ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट, उसमें लिखा जाता है इधर इन फिल्म, वो मैं बाद में समझाती हूँ। एनओसी लिया जाता है, सो इट इज कॉल्ड नो ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट। इसका मतलब ये होता है कि मैं आपकी ब्रांड का नाम अपने मूवी में लिया है, इतने सेकंड से इतने सेकंड में लिया है, आर यू ओके विद इट, आपको कोई ऑब्जेक्शन तो नहीं है।
राइट
अभी
राइट
अगर उनको ऑब्जेक्शन नहीं है तो वो साइन करके भेज देंगे, बट अगर
राइट
उनको ऑब्जेक्शन है तो वो बोलेंगे ये रही हमारी फीस, हमारा नाम तुमने यूज किया है, हमें इतने पैसे भेज दो, एंड दैट बिकम्स एन इन फिल्म ब्रांडिंग।
राइट, ओके ओके,
देन यू हैव टू शो वॉट एवर यू आर टेलिंग अबाउट द ब्रांड टू देम। हमें वो स्क्रिप्ट
राइट
भेजनी रहती है कि इतने सेकंड से इतने सेकंड्स आपके बारे
राइट
में
राइट,
हमने बोला है।
वो तो चलो उसके बारे में हो
हाँ,
गया, मैं आपके
करेक्ट।
बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ। अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप किसी फिल्म के लिए ये सब कर रहे हो, यू आर वर्किंग
राइट,
विद इट, क्या यू साइन इट विद द फिल्म की जब तक फिल्म प्रोड्यूस नहीं हो जाएगी मैं डिस्क्लोज नहीं कर सकती कि मैं इसके लिए काम कर रही हूँ, या यू कैन कम आउट
वो
इन द ओपन एंड
साइन,
से दैट आई एम
नो
वर्किंग
नो,
विद द
तो
फिल्म?
वो साइन करने का जरूरत नहीं होता है। एज अ लॉयर वी हैव अ कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी क्लॉज इन बाउंड।
राइट राइट राइट,
तो मैं वैसे भी शेयर नहीं कर सकती until
ओके
unless that is out। तो
ओके
ना मैं बता सकती हूँ किसी को कि हाउ मच मनी समवन इज गेटिंग, ना
ओके
मैं बता सकती हूँ व्हाट आर द टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन ऑफ देयर अग्रीमेंट, दैट्स क्लाइंट कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी।
ओके, तो एक दो क्वेश्चन चले गए। No,
तो
no, I was just
कुछ
kidding
करना नहीं
around, but
पड़ता
yeah.
है।
या बट ओके, तो आप फिल्म के नाम्स नहीं ले सकते, मतलब जैसे कि मैं अगर आपको पूछूं इस फिल्म में काम करा, ओके, एंड बट व्हाट अबाउट योर वर्क विद दिस, आई वॉच दिस सुपर टीन्स वाला थिंग,
या,
दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू ओपनली एंड ऑब्वियसली आपको क्रेडिट्स भी दिए हुए थे, देयर इज
यस,
समथिंग व्हिच इज प्रीटी इंटरेस्टिंग, काफी डिफरेंट एक कुछ काम था, व्हाट
यस।
मेड यू यू नो थिंक कि यार मैं इसमें इन्वॉल्व होती हूँ और मतलब ये
So,
काम करती हूँ?
so the producer Ashay is a really good friend of mine,
राइट,
and he reached out to me with this concept. It's a documentary
या,
जहाँ बच्चों ने बिटकॉइंस एंड क्रिप्टो के बारे में बहुत कुछ इनोवेट किया है, बनाया है, बात की है, राइट। सो इन पर्सन ऑल्सो डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज आर वेरी फैसिनेटिंग फॉर मी। एक तो
अच्छा,
वो
ओके,
ट्रूथ है, यू नो, इट्स ओरिजिनल, एंड इट हेल्प्स यू कनेक्ट टू द ग्राउंड्स कि
राइट,
ओ माई गॉड दिस इज हैपनिंग।
या,
So when he reached out to me, he told me all this is happening. Would you be willing to be a part, my legal person in this? And I was more than happy. And I was like, okay, Asha, let's do this.
या,
I will take you from start to the end. And then I remember talking to the bachas and the parents there, because
या,
सब under 18 थे, तो guardians लगते
या,
हैं। For that matter, आप बच्चों के साथ agreement sign नहीं कर सकते,
राइट
आपको।
राइट, माइनर, या, ओके ओके,
So the guardians are always responsible for it.
राइट
And yeah, it was very interesting the way it was taking turn, the way the entire production house was so enthused about it कि
राइट,
जो ने ये करा वो करा, there was so much research goes on, you know, आप कुछ भी नहीं दिखा सकते ना documentary। So yeah, that's my specialty also। I'm working on 15 to 16 documentaries,
ओके
and I love the concept. If I love the concept, I am up there working with them। कि
Okay.
okay, I will
तो
get this in
तो
place.
आपकी एसोसिएट कर सी आई बीन सीइंग दिस वेरी काफी ना पॉजिटिव वाइब है एक मतलब कि आप जो कॉन्स्टेंटली बात कर रहे हो उसमें एंड दैट इज अ वेरी गुड थिंग ओके बट ये इन चीजों में भी आई थिंक तन्मय भट्ट इज द वन हु पोस्टेड इट ऑन
Yes,
हिज
yes,
YouTube thing also if people want to watch it out I'll put the link in the description you can check it out and yes Avadhi is written as the person who's handling the legal stuff around it right Avadhi and
yes,
yeah so that is also amazing but Avdi, I see you using LinkedIn in a very different way. It's a
right.
reality that LinkedIn या कोई भी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म को जैसे कि मैं
Hmm.
आई डोंट यूज सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स मेरे व्हाट्सएप पे आई थिंक एक बिजनेस अकाउंट है और एक शायद मेरा पर्सनल नंबर होगा एंड देन आर सर्टेन थिंग्स जो मैं अपने जो लोग हैं कुछ उनके साथ बांटना चाहता हूँ तो आई शेयर दैट बट वेरी प्राइवेट I have a very private life. And
Okay.
last episode that we were shooting before this, we had the assistant director of CCIT, and they were also talking about how they believe in this. They don't have any social media. And then I see you. I see you
Out
making a
there.
very different, use of it, having a very different outlook to the way you've been using LinkedIn. And most of the posts that you've shared also, I was going through that. Instagram to chalo logged hi hai. But I see there are 195 posts around that as well. And so you are a social media person. This
Total.
is true?
Definitely.
ओके बट डोंट यू थिंक दैट अच्छा पहले तो आप बताओ आपका पर्सपेक्टिव क्या है आप वैसे आपकी क्या क्या है हैंडल्स ये भी बताओ जैसे कि लोग अगर फॉलो करना चाहें तो
Uh-huh.
जाकर लिंक्डइन या
So
कहीं पर
public
फॉलो कर
profile,
सकते
when you talk
हैं
about public profile, it's only LinkedIn.
ओके
Rest
ओके
everything is locked, so you won't be
ओके
able to follow.
ओके
Because LinkedIn, I choose. So देखो दो तरीके से यूज होता है. एक to fetch a lot of work from there,
राइट
and दूसरी तरीके से to educate people.
राइट
I'm not going to the service part because I'm a partner, so I'm not looking up.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I like how you थोड़ा थोड़ा बीच में you put a little flex मैंने 15-16 documentaries करी I am a partner so I'm not looking at and it's really amazing because I've been noting it and it just comes as a surprise I'm like oh okay yeah but please go on
yeah. So दूसरा part होता है to educate people. So
right
while I was working with law firms, companies, clients, a lot of people, मुझे ये समझ में आ गया कि there are a lot of things which people they don't know
right
and they should be aware about. ना मीडिया लॉ का भी नॉलेज कम है एंड पर्सनली कैसे आपको लोगों को जज करना चाहिए क्या आपको देखना चाहिए क्या आपको पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए फॉर दिस आई थॉट लिंक्डइन कैन बी यूज्ड वेरी नाइसली विद इट आई
right
वांटेड टू एजुकेट किड्स टू बी
right
वेरी ऑनेस्ट आई एम वेरी ओपन टू गोइंग टू कॉलेजेस एंड टीचिंग देम
right
about things about media. It's kind of a media and entertainment awareness campaign that I do on LinkedIn.
okay
That's
okay
my
yeah
aim.
yeah yeah
That
yeah
one
absolutely
should
why
know
not
what we are doing. It's very fascinating. इतना कुछ सीखने को है. And we are not restricted to only IPR laws.
right
हमें contracts भी पढ़ना है, हमें civil भी पढ़ना है, criminal भी पढ़ना है. There are bunch of laws which will open and then हम सब में पढ़ते रहते हैं कि अच्छा ये भी है ये भी है. बट बच्चों को नहीं पता है कि हम पढ़े क्या बिकॉज दे आर नो सच बुक्स एक
right
है मधु करूड़िया मैम ने
okay
लिखी है
okay
पीपल कैन
okay
अनुश्री मैम ने भी लिखी है आई कैन गिव
okay
यू द लिंक्स यू कैन
yeah, yeah, you
पुट
can
इट
I can put
डाउन
it in the
या
description sure
so
yeah
those two books give you an idea how it works but I'm doing over LinkedIn is I'm just trying to make people aware that's the key that you
right
should know what is media entertainment law if you are interested there are वेरियस स्कोप ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लॉयर ही बनोगे यू कैन
right
बी एन एसएनपी प्रैक्टिशनर एसएनपी प्रैक्टिशनर आर पीपल हु आर वाचिंग फिल्म्स टेकिंग नोट्स एंड चेंजिंग द लॉज लाइक ये
right
हटाओ
right right
ये
right
लॉ
right
के अगेंस्ट है वो हटाओ एंड अ लॉट मोर यू कैन डू अ लॉट व्हेन इट कम्स टू
absolutely
मीडिया फॉर दैट यू कैन read my posts.
right I like how Avdi's been marketing her throughout this podcast, but no, but genuinely also it's great if you want to reach out. I'll also put her LinkedIn in bio if she's saying that's her only public profile. Let's try and whoever is interested can reach out to her. And I'm
That
sure जितना भी हो पाएगा देख लेंगे वैसे
I will help,
पार्टनर
yeah.
वार्टनर हैं तो बिजी रहते हैं but still but okay Avdi just take us a little bit back you were 5 and 7 years down the line into this business as
Right.
or this domain of law as far as I understand, right? But what was going inside the mind of Avadhi, which was a college girl,
Hmm.
and she was about to make in her way into graduation or was trying to figure out कि मुझे ये करना है वो करना है, what exactly, if पहले बात तो ये भी बताइए कि इसके अलावा भी आपके कोई interest areas थे या you were determined कि यही करना है, and if not then how did you land up, कैसे मिलन हुआ मीडिया एंड एंटरटेनमेंट लॉ
That's
से
a
आपका?
very interesting story. So I'm from Indian Law Society, Pune.
ओके, आईएलएस.
Okay. पुणे जाना जरूर था बट लॉ के लिए नहीं. आई वॉज गोइंग फॉर एन इवेंट मैनेजमेंट कोर्स. या
ओके
एंड वाइल मी एंड माई फादर वॉज कमिंग टू पुणे, अप्लाई किया था. सो माई फादर इज अ क्रिमिनल लॉयर, माई
ओके
सिस्टर इज ऑल्सो लॉयर. सो
ओके
कम्स फ्रॉम दैट कि अप्लाई तो कर दे, आईएलएस एग्जाम तो दे दो, हो जाएगा तो देखेंगे. एंड आई टॉप द लिस्ट, फर्स्ट लिस्ट
ओके
में हो गया. सो इवेंट मैनेजमेंट कंपनी को सोचा कि जाने दो,
राइट
आईएलएस चलते, बिकॉज आईएलएस इज द टॉप 10, वन ऑफ द टॉप 10 colleges
या
of India, right?
या
So that's how my journey started, and I was so clueless that I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to do criminal because I have been seeing how criminal practice is so exhausting since my
या
childhood. So डेफिनेटली जॉइन, बट आई वॉज क्लूलेस कि करना क्या है, क्या फील्ड चूज करेंगे, बिकॉज कॉर्पोरेट लॉयर बनना नहीं था, क्रिमिनल लॉ में इंटरेस्ट नहीं था. सो आई ट्राइड आर्बिट्रेशन, आई ट्राइड फैमिली मैटर्स, सब जगह इंटर्नशिप किया, बट आई वॉज स्टिल क्लूलेस. देन नायक एंड नायक, इट्स अ मीडिया एंड एंटरटेनमेंट फर्म, दे केम to ILS for I think 3-day workshop on media entertainment laws.
ओके
And they were asking questions and I was like, oh, I have an interest in it because मुझे सारे answers पता है. You ask me, I'll give you the answer.
ओके
And yeah, that's how I was introduced to media and entertainment law. And by the way, that was the first time I met Anushri ma'am.
ओके ओके
Yeah, so she was in Nayak and Nayak that time, and
राइट
वो यहाँ पे बता रहे थे. In fact, when I joined ANM Global, that was my first line to her, that because of you, I'm a media lawyer today. So thank you so
राइट
much. So yeah,
राइट
she
राइट
was an inspiration that time. And yeah, media happened, and then I started searching for internships. So I remember I did an internship in Nayak and Nayak, and followed by a couple of more.
राइट
The most interesting one was in Times Music.
ओके ओके
So my seniors there were very nice to me, very helpful. So I kind of figured out कि बस यही करना है, interest भी है. It's so interesting, you know. Music के बारे में जानने को मिलता है. So I'm also myself a very creative person, a person who has an interest in writing books, who
राइट
has an interest in reading them, who has an interest in dancing, music, everything. So when somebody comes to me, I can take care of them with utmost,
राइट
creativity from my inside.
राइट
Ki, oh, I have also done modeling. So come, let me help you out with this. I know where you're getting wrong. Oh,
राइट
I also understand music. So let me help you out with that. And I can't let producers take away this right of yours, that right of yours. So वो इनबिल्ट है मेरे अंदर कि अगर इंटरेस्ट है क्रिएटिव फील्ड में, तो आई थिंक, और आप लॉयर हो, तो मीडिया से बेटर कोई फील्ड नहीं है टू एक्सप्लोर. बिकॉज यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड, जिस चीज़ से प्यार करते हो वो करने का मन करता है.
राइट
So if you are so much interested in this, please go become a media lawyer because you will be best at what you do.
Okay. Okay, Avadhi. You by the way, I also got to know, I didn't know this, that you were also into singing and dancing and then writing books and then modeling. Do you plan to leave any like careers for other people, or are you planning to do everything in
Uh,
this one lifetime only? No,
no,
but
it's just
that's sort of not my question. Okay, but how do the interpersonal dynamics play out? Because it's an interesting thing, this is something I didn't know, that your sister and your father are also in this field, and then
that's
you're
correct.
saying that you don't want to do corporate law, but then
Right.
is this, you are a second gen lawyer and then probably the third lawyer in your family, or is
Second,
it been
second gen.
second gen, right? So it obviously plays out into some form, right, in the sense that contacts wise, internships wise,
No.
okay, that's good, you answered it before even. So yeah,
I
but
know
no,
where you were getting it. So,
right.
no.
Okay, so that's good, because that is what I was going to ask. But how does it play out along the science of interpersonal dynamics? So I understand that, someone who's a first gen lawyer, who's not coming from a background, who does not have an understanding, and then you starting from scratch in media and entertainment. So usme I don't think your father or your sister is as much involved because they're dealing with completely different fields, right? And it's
Right.
not that they cannot have contacts or aisa kuch. That is something that you will tell us. And I'm glad that you've already said no. But how does it play in the interpersonal dynamics? एक दिमाग में क्या चलता रहता है कि यार मेरी बहन भी लॉयर है, मेरे पिताजी भी लॉयर हैं, मैंने मुझे भी कुछ करना है, या that thing is
Yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
there because it's an added thing when two people, three people of your particular house only are in the same profession. That added burden is also there. Do you feel that?
For that matter, my husband is also a lawyer.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So yeah,
see, like too many people in the same
too
field,
many
but
people.
yeah,
Yes. But I think my father, is a very cool man, and
right,
from very start, he said, "You do you. Do
yeah,
not involve in my practice. I will not be involved in your practice. That's
yeah,
why we can maintain a sanity." Because my opinion will be very different from what you think, your opinion will be very different from what I think, so let's just keep it that way. Similarly with my sister, तो हम तीनों को ये भी नहीं पता है कि हमारे clients कौन है.
acha.
It's that transparent. We
Okay,
three never talk about clients, we just
right,
talk, we don't talk business at all.
right, right,
Yeah. तो अगर कोई क्रिमिनल केस का रेफरेंस चाहिए तो डेफिनेटली मैं मेरे पापा के पास भेज देती हूँ, बट दैट्स द एंड. आई विल नॉट टेक अ फॉलो फ्रॉम माय फादर कि क्या हुआ, क्या मैटर है, फैक्ट्स बताओ इसके. नो,
right.
नेवर. एंड दैट्स हाउ यू बिल्ड, राइट? So he knows कि I'm doing something on my own. My sister also is doing something great for herself. My husband works in Sun Pharma. He's a medical device head.
Right,
So even we both don't discuss our
right,
clients, not at
right,
all.
right, right.
So वो एक transparency और एक distance maintain करना, it's very necessary for your sanity also, and because it's completely different fields.
Right.
And मुझे अगर कोई burden है बहुत सारा, I don't want to put on them.
Absolutely, a difference that you're talking about in the professional personal space is very important. And
Right.
ऐसे like my Dadaji probably used to say that काम को घर के बाहर छोड़ के आया करो.
बाहर
When you
छोड़ के
get
आओ.
inside the house, you are a person, a member of the family. It does not matter even if you're the prime minister of the country. So that's good. I see the separation. But Avdi, how does it play in your mind? I understand that you have had this separation. ऐसा कुछ था कि मैं अपने डैड को अप्रोच तो कर ही सकती हूँ एज ए समवन हु इज अ सेकंड जेन लॉयर. यू डू
Hmm.
थिंक एक बार तो मन में आता ही होगा कि डैड भी इसी फील्ड में है, शुड आई अप्रोच हिम टू डू गेट एन इंटर्नशिप या जो भी, या फिर यू वर लाइक नहीं नहीं मेरे को खुद से ही करना है जो करना
खुद
है.
से ही करना है. That was from the very start because one also needs to understand I come from a very small town. मैं
या
उज्जैन से हूँ, so
ओके
महाकालेश्वर से हूँ,
ओके
and my entire practice is in Mumbai.
राइट राइट
My father represent High Court of Indore,
राइट
and though he has great connection, he can connect me with somebody, but somewhere फिर in heart ऐसा लगता है ना कि मैंने खुद से नहीं किया, ये मेरे फादर ने मुझे प्लेट में रख के दिया है. सो आई डोंट नो सब कुछ लोगों के लिए इट्स करेक्ट, कुछ लोगों के लिए नहीं होगा शायद कि अरे शी सो स्टूपिड, पापा बता रहे थे तो ले लेती ना. सो नो, आई एम नॉट दैट काइंड ऑफ पर्सन.
I'm a
आई
I'm a
या
little taken aback also because I have seen people, and ठीक है, rightly so, exploit their connections like anything. And then here I have a person with me who's saying कि मुझे खुद से सब कुछ build करना है. And to be very honest, people who do not understand, so even let's say you're practicing dispute resolution as in arbitration litigation, that is a different field when you compare it to criminal law.
या
And then when you
absolutely.
compare it to something like insolvency and bankruptcy, क्योंकि लॉ में बहुत सारे अपने अपने कोड्स होते हैं. पहले तो जैसे आर्बिट्रेशन कंसिलिएशन एक्ट है 1996 फॉर दैट, बट देन फॉर अ आईबीसी इट इज एन इंसॉल्वेंसी बैंक्रप्सी. आई एम श्योर कहीं पर कॉर्पोरेट्स में इंटरसेक्शन जरूर आती हैं एंड दैट डज वर्क. आई मीन देयर आर टीम्स दैट आर एलोकेटेड एंड समटाइम्स द टीम mingle out, but that does not mean, and specifically आपका sector, it is very
It's
specialized.
very niche.
You,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's very specialized, it's very niche like you said. So that's really good, Avdi. It feels also really good, and I'm glad you have a husband also who's doing law. And also okay, let's then probably talk more about this. This is something I also wanted to know. How does it play out in terms of your फैक्ट कि वेदर जो भी रिलेशनशिप्स होते हैं, प्रोफेशंस हमारी कई बार रिलेशनशिप्स भी अफेक्ट करते हैं,
करेक्ट।
क्योंकि वो हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ अफेक्ट करते हैं, क्योंकि वो हम जिस तरीके से सोचते हैं उसको भी चेंज करते हैं. तो डू यू थिंक दैट दिट वाज समथिंग दैट यू वर लुकिंग फॉर बिफोर इवन गेटिंग मैरिड, दैट यू वांटेड समवन हु इज डूइंग लॉ, या ऐसा कोई माइंडसेट था व्हेन यू वर
Oh,
अप्रोचिंग योर रिलेशनशिप, या यू वर लाइक नो इट
no.
डजंट मैटर?
No, so for that matter, my husband was into business of pharma, and he left everything for me and became a lawyer. So
Okay.
he shifted his entire thing for me, and I think that's love, yeah. Matlab,
Yeah.
it doesn't come with anything that I was looking for. But he
Right.
did everything for me, so I'm glad. He's, my inspiration also. He has such vast knowledge about everything.
Right, right.
Yes.
Avdi, your podcast, this one is turning out to be a blockbuster story. I don't. I'll
I
just.
have many stories. Can't disclose all.
Okay, okay. No, it's okay. We'll just talk about the ones we can disclose. But अभी 12वीं फेल आई है, एक फिल्म काफी अच्छी
हाँ,
चल रही है.
yes,
एंड इट्स अ रियली
amazing.
इंस्पिरेशनल फिल्म. किसी ने देखी नहीं है भाई, मैंने तो नाम ले लिया, पता नहीं अग्रीमेंट करना था या
मैंने
जो भी
देखी
करना
है.
था.
Kudos to Vikrant Messi.
Yeah.
Love him for what
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did.
yeah. But
Crazy.
absolutely,
So,
it's an amazing film. But अच्छा है यार, मतलब your journey is pretty interesting. I love it. I like how you said that your husband shifted professions. It's a very big thing. It's
very big
not
thing.
easy in today's
Yes.
world to find people like this. Avdi, stay blessed in those
Thank you so
regards.
much.
All the best for all of this. But okay, Avdi, on a more serious note, you said that and it's out there also, that you've worked with Vivek Agnihotri and you've worked with these people, and I said in the beginning that we'll talk about it. uh, how is it different when and firstly, what capacity is, like, is it the same as the legal counsel of a film, or is
Yes.
it
So,
how is it different than working with a corporation? आप corporation के साथ काम करते हो, उसके
right.
साथ XYZ conditions होते हैं, different तरीके
Mhm.
होते हैं, but with an individual like Vivek Agnihotri, and he's produced great films. He's directed, sorry, I think great films. Kashmir Files also, I think, is Vivek Agnihotri.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, but how does it like change, and how is it different?
Corporates में there are a lot of segments which we have to follow. So there will be a lot of legal people who are above you,
Right,
जिन्हें आपको जो आपको टास्क देते हैं, यू हैव टू गाइड देम हाउ टू डू, हाउ टू गो अबाउट इट, एंड
right,
दैट्स इट. कॉर्पोरेट में वैसा रहता है स्ट्रक्चरिंग.
right,
While we talk about independent persons, say Vivek Agnihotri or Mohit Lalwani, I can talk to them directly. विवेक सर को इतना टाइम नहीं होता है, सो देयर इज पल्लवी मैम हु कम्स टू प्ले, पल्लवी जोशी.
right.
She usually coordinates for all the agreements, all the deal
Okay,
terms, everything, right? So
okay,
that's how that works. While calling, talking about Mohit, Mohit is a great friend, and उसके साथ ऐसा रिलेशन है ना कि he'll call me like कि ये रजिस्टर करके दे दे, अभी एक दिन में करके देना है, like ओके चल
right,
ठीक है. So
right,
sometime you develop a relationship with few people,
right.
and sometime it's just very professional. You have to keep it that way. So corporates में करना is ऐसे समझिए आपकी 9 to 5 ही है.
Okay, okay,
You
okay,
consult them for certain time period कि
right,
इस डेट से इस डेट तक के लिए मैं आपके साथ इन्वॉल्व रहूंगी एज अ लीगल काउंसिल, एंड
okay,
वॉट एवर यू queries you have, you ask me whatever agreements you want me to check, give me as a retainer, and I'll do it for you, and that's done.
right,
While when we work with independent practitioners, हमें उन्हें कुछ पर्सनल वे में भी समझाना पड़ती हैं चीज़ें, जैसे सर आप यहाँ पे इंडेमनिटी लीजिए, उस इंडेमनिटी का मतलब क्या होगा, क्यों इम्पोर्टेंट
right,
है ये लेना आपके लिए, ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आपके ऊपर है, तो क्या आप चाहते हैं ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आपके ऊपर रहे, बिकॉज इट्स अ बिग थिंग. सो बहुत सारे क्लॉजेज है विच आई कैन नॉट डिस्क्लोज, बट there are certain things which we need to explain them on a very personal level,
right,
because if I come from a creator's mindset, I know उन लोगों को exploit कहाँ किया जा सकता है, because I have worked on both the ends.
right, right,
I
right,
have worked with the producers, so I know वो क्या चाहते हैं creators से. I have worked with the creators, तो अब मुझे पता है कि वो क्या चाहते हैं producers से.
right.
So
And
somewhere
that balance is
I
really
have
the
balanced it out. Yes.
harmony you're seeking out. Perfect, perfect,
Yes.
perfect. Okay, Avdi, so help me understand this a little bit better. Okay, so you said that you work with these individuals, and then probably you work with corporates, and you see that difference, and पर्सनल कनेक्ट भी हो जाता है. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, like, does it, I mean, does the professional part of the relationship, when you know, let's say अगर आप किसी के दोस्त हो, in that sense, है ना, किसी से दोस्ती हो जाती है, you're working with them, and then professionally also you're dealing with them. Does
Sorry,
this,
your voice is not
yeah, I think
audible.
your screen froze for a while, so it's all right. I was just asking कि अगर आप, जैसे आप जो बोल रहे हो उसमें अगर आप personally और professionally काम कर रहे हो, imagine करो जैसे you said like he's like a friend,
Hmm.
बट कई बार ऐसा होता है कि मतलब काम एक थोड़ा हीटेड हो जाता है, और मतलब कई सारी और भी चीजें आती हैं, निटिग्रिटीज आती हैं उस काम के साथ. डज इट अफेक्ट योर रिलेशनशिप विद दैट पर्सन? डज इट हैव अ
Yeah,
टोल?
yeah, in past it has been affected, and उस time पे मैं ऐसे करती हूँ that I will tell them that let's keep our relationship and let me pass your reference to my juniors.
राइट.
They will work with you legal way में, and let's we just be friends. तुमको मैं juniors परेशान कर रही, you call me, you tell me if they're
राइट.
not working nicely with you.
राइट.
But let's keep the friendship because that relationship matters at the end of the day in this industry, or for that matter in any place.
राइट.
Relationship को मैं ऊपर रखती हूँ, and that's how मैं
यू आर.
this is something I follow. मैं
ओके.
उन्हें pass on कर देती हूँ to other people. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that way also everything stays intact, and that's good. But okay, एक और चीज़ है, आप independently भी काम कर रहे हो लोगों के साथ, like it is there that you can work as a advisory capacity में काम कर सकते हो, ये वो चीज़ें. And then you are working with VNA Partners also. There's something called COI, that is the conflict of interest, right?
So
Yeah,
with Sony, I was एक concept है. So ANM Global की consultant हूँ मैं.
yeah.
I I mean rather थी, and they hired me for Sony to
Okay,
give their services. So that's a channel.
right.
While I do this, I don't practice my VNA का clientele at all. वो मैं
Okay,
freeze कर देती हूँ या मेरे juniors कर रहे होते हैं. I'm not involved at all.
right.
वो जब एंड होता है तभी आई स्टार्ट वीएनए का क्लाइंटेल, एंड द
Oh,
अदर क्लाइंट्स आर अंडर वीएनए ओनली, सो देयर इज नो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. सो यू हैव
right,
टू
right,
फ्रीज इट. अगर नॉन एक्सक्लूसिविटी है आपकी विद द पर्सन, तो आप दोनों चीजें साइमल्टेनियसली कर सकते हो. एंड इफ यू बिलीव कि कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है, देन यू हैव टू इन्फॉर्म बोथ योर क्लाइंट्स कि देखिए मैं दोनों को
okay.
रिप्रेजेंट कर रही हूँ, क्या इफ यू गाइज आर ओके विद इट.
Right, right, right.
सो दैट्स हाउ इट वर्क्स.
Okay, Avdhi, so you are, like you said, VNA Partners is your brainchild. It's like your baby. And this is something that you have started. There are a lot of good media and entertainment firms in the industry. That's
Right.
something that's out there. खुद का क्यों शुरू किया? Why did you start something that is
Maybe because I wanted to start something which I initially said as an awareness campaign.
VNA
I
Partners?
plan, sorry,
VNA Partners you wanted to
VNA
start?
partners also.
Okay,
So, in the long run, what I intend to do through VNA is to make people aware what are intellectual property,
okay,
what are the rights. I wanted to write books on it. I want to know, let people know and understand even कि तुम्हारी चाय बना रहे हो ना, उसमें भी क्या आईपी इन्वॉल्व होता है.
right,
So VNA as a law firm definitely is going to grow, and why it started with the mission कि मैं एक बहुत not so toxic work culture promote करना चाहती हूँ,
right, right,
जहाँ बच्चे आए एंड दिल से आए, forcefully ना आए, and they learn and enjoy. That is what I dream of. That is what I want from this law firm to do. That it should be a second home to the people working there.
okay,
And वो ऐसे ना बोले आके कि I don't want to work here, but क्या करे अभी, पेट की बात है, कमाना तो पड़ेगा. आई डोंट
okay,
वांट दैट. आई
okay.
वांट देम टू से कि ओ माय गॉड मैम, जल्दी क्यों छोड़ रहे हो, वी वांट टू एंजॉय
Acha,
दिस एंड
okay,
दैट,
okay, okay,
let's work together, let's do this, let's do that. So that healthy environment, it is very important, and I think that's what I want to promote through this. Yes.
right, right, right. All the healthy, positive vibes are coming towards, I'll term this episode as something spiritual because no, but yeah, you have a really, I've been saying it, the vibe has been very positive, and it's a great note to start 2024 on. एंड even with I think खुद का भी काम ऐसा कुछ ना कुछ तो करते रहना ही चाहिए irrespective भी यार. And then you have this mindset also, that is good. Also, why not reach out to the interns through this also? What is your process to hire interns? What do you look for in a
Okay.
candidate? Please.
Very basic thing. You need to apply. I will go through your resume and I will send you an assignment.
Okay.
If your assignment is nearly 40% up to the mark,
Right.
and you are willing not just for the certificate but to learn media laws,
Right.
then I definitely give you a chance for a month
Right.
at least, or maybe
Right.
for a 15 days ka period, because there are a
Right.
lot of work, and I want to take as many interns as I can and make them understand what is it.
Virtual, physical, दोनों?
नहीं, फिजिकल नहीं है, इट्स
Okay.
solely remote working.
Okay.
So बच्चे यूजुअली आफ्टर अपना क्लास आते हैं एंड दे विल जस्ट पिंग मी, मैम 2 बज गए, हम आ गए हैं, बताओ क्या करना है. सो
Right.
मतलब आई एम ग्लैड कि अभी जो भी इंटर्न्स है मेरे, दे आर लाइक सम पीपल कि हमको जाना ही नहीं है, हम नहीं जाएंगे, यू हायर मोर पीपल, वी डोंट केयर बट वी आर नॉट लीविंग यू.
Right.
And they are here from like 4 to 5 months, they will not go. They just don't go. So
Okay.
I'm really glad, because the aim I have for this firm is just in line. They
Right.
don't want to leave me, and that's what I want, that they're very happy with what they're doing.
No,
So yeah.
sometimes good things do happen to good people, Avdi, and it seems to be happening for you. And it's good initially to witness that sort of toxic culture and then try to cure it in your own way. And that's really nice, and it comes across also in the way you've been presenting yourself today, and also the way you've been talking about your firm. And then your family is also quite amazing. But okay, Avdi, to the more sensitive parts, and then probably we'll take a we we'll end
Yeah.
this conversation has been going on for a while. But it's very different and difficult for some people who are not like I'm talking with respect to VNA partners or any other firm. Like you were trying to figure out your own things, and you're
Right.
saying you provide them with that healthy environment. Has it ever happened that someone who's joined has not enjoyed the work culture that your firm promotes, or has you seen any sort of resistance, or is it all been good right now, and there's nothing that is.
Uh, yeah, it has always been really good. I'm blessed, touchwood.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes interns come and they come from the perspective कि मैम सर्टिफिकेट दे दो,
Right.
पर काम उनको कुछ नहीं करना है. So in those scenario, I'm very upset, because you just took someone's place who was very much, who was in
Into
line
it.
with what
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the only appeal I make to everybody while I interview also, कि are you genuinely interested in learning? अगर सर्टिफिकेट के लिए आ रहे हो तो प्लीज मत आओ, रिक्वेस्ट भी मत भेजो मुझे.
Right, right, right. And do
So
internships turn into PPOs? Is your company hiring for associates and everything for
no, not at the moment, no.
Not at the moment. Okay, okay. So this is basically more like your work that's there, and then you're hiring interns, and then you work with a motive that you want to promote
Correct.
media and
That's
entertainment law and intellectual property rights. And I think we've pretty much covered the way one can start into this field and then probably go about it. And I think that is sort of a good note to proceed towards the concluding part of this episode. Avdi, what is your major takeaway from the industry that you are working in, from the kind of work culture that you have witnessed? If you could, put it in a nutshell for any sort of aspirants who watch this video today, and I'm talking both personally and professionally, the way things play out in this legal industry, especially with the respect to, media entertainment law. What is your major takeaway? If you had
I'll
to put
say
your
media and
yeah.
entertainment industry is very interesting if you follow what your heart
We'll
says.
have to we yeah, yeah, you
Yeah.
can re-go now because it got cut out. Yeah.
Okay. No, no problem. So what I was saying is कि media and entertainment industry in a nutshell is very exciting, very
Right.
interesting. उसमें
Okay.
आपको बहुत चीज़ें सीखने मिलेगी. If you're a true enthusiast of creative freedom, creativity आपके मन में भरी हुई है, आप उसको उन चीज़ों को उस तरीके से देखते हो.
Right.
I'm not talking about somebody जो सिर्फ पैसे कमाने के लिए ज्वाइन करना चाहता है. आई डोंट नो इफ यू लव इट और नॉट. आपको हो सकता है बहुत टॉक्सिक लगने लग जाए आफ्टर सर्टेन टाइम, या आपको ऐसा लगे कि देयर इज टू मच वर्क बट देयर इज वेरी लेस पे
In the industry as a
इन द
whole?
इंडस्ट्री. मे बी ऐसा आपको लगे इफ यू आर नॉट फ्रॉम द माइंडसेट कि मुझे इस इंडस्ट्री में मजा आता है. I love the field. Only then you will start thinking about it. And to be very honest, अगर एक corporate lawyer का आप salary bracket देखते हो with 5 year of experience, it goes to 40 to 50 lakhs.
Right, right,
While if you see a media lawyer with 5 year of experience, it would be somewhere around 20 to 25, right?
right, right, right.
तो disparity है, but वो तब नहीं दिखती जब आपको उस फील्ड से बहुत प्यार होता है. एंड
मजा आ रहा होता
मीडिया
है.
इज समथिंग
Right.
जहाँ आपको बहुत बार 100% इंक्रीमेंट्स भी मिलते हैं. इट्स अ
Right.
ब्यूटिफुल फील्ड, सो अगर आपको मजा नहीं आता है तो देयर इज नो पॉइंट ऑफ गोइंग इन.
Right. So
बट
you do it only if you love it. That is your major sort of takeaway
दैट्स
for this.
यस यस
Okay, okay,
डेफिनेटली.
okay, okay. Or you will not be able to survive the industry. Okay, and एक और चीज मतलब मुझे पर्सनली पूछनी, कभी आपको ऐसे फ्री में स्क्रीनिंग्स वगैरह पे इनवाइट करते हैं क्या, फिल्म ऐसे आने के पहले बाहर?
हाँ
Like,
बहुत बार.
अरे यार तो ये तो बताना था ना, ये भी इंसेंटिव है. कितना बड़ा पर्क है बहुत सारे लोगों के लिए. They get to watch films. Can you talk about a film that you've watched पहले से?
I have watched a lot of films and shows. I can't name everything, but I can take the liberty of talking about a documentary called Borderlands. It's again my,
Borderlands.
yeah.
Okay.
So there's a story. ये recently हुआ जियो मामी
हाँ.
फेस्टिवल था.
Okay.
And yeah, so my producer called me and like कि please आओ देखने.
Right, right.
It was a houseful show
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
critics and everybody. And this is a story. I think you should link it down because it's a beautiful presentation of people living on the borders of India.
Right, right, right.
And the story takes turn because जो राइटर डायरेक्टर है इस फिल्म के वो खुद इसमें एक्ट कर रहे हैं विद हिज ओन मदर बिकॉज दे आर ऑल्सो फ्रॉम सम बॉर्डर. सो वो एक स्क्रीनिंग पे जाना और क्रिटिक्स के साथ बैठ के देखना इज सम अनदर काइंड ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस.
Okay,
सो
okay, fair
या
enough, fair enough. Yeah, decent enough flex also. That's nice. No, and I'm really glad. Obviously, yeah, it hits different also, and then probably something that is along the lines that this is pretty interesting in general also. No, you think about the border and people living along those lines, and yeah, yeah. काफी काफी ही ये तो काफी interesting है. Probably I will also personally check it out, but you guys can also check it out. Again, I'll put this link in description. I think this is the video which is will have most of the
लिंक्स
link
लिंक्स
in
लिंक्स.
description. Yeah,
फुल ऑफ
because
लिंक्स.
because media and entertainment lawyer. But Avadhi, also like more on a concluding note, ये सब सारी चीजें तो आप कर ही रहे हो, और मतलब आप बार बार मुझे कह रहे हो कि मैं बुक लिखना चाहती हूँ, बुक लिखना चाहती हूँ. इज इट समथिंग दैट इज ऑलरेडी आउट देयर, या आप कुछ लिख रहे हो?
नो आई एम इन लाइन.
द
मैं
प्रोसेस.
लिख रही हूँ या द प्रोसेस इज ऑन.
ओके, ओके, ओके.
बट या लेट्स सी हाउ इट व्हेन इट विल बी रिलीज बिकॉज बुक लिखने के लिए ना बहुत ऐसे एकाग्रता चाहिए.
या या
सो इतना वर्कलोड रहता है कि आई डोंट थिंक
राइट,
वो
राइट.
मेंटल पीस मिल पाता है टू राइट, to sit and write for long hours. I think that
एब्सोल्युटली.
inspiration I take from my mother. She's a professor.
ओके.
So
तो
she
ऑल
just
लर्नड
guides
एंड
me through
एजुकेटेड
it.
फैमिली, दैट्स रियली गुड. एंड ठीक है, ये आज का दिन है, ये आज पॉडकास्ट is the day your book becomes a bestseller, irrespective whenever it releases also.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. No, but it's not even about being a bestseller. I think this is what the interview has been about, right? Whenever your book is out, I think we can reshoot this, and then probably
Definitely.
we'll talk more about your book and your vision with that book. But congratulations on whatever you've been doing. I have been very
Thank
fascinated with your entire career, with
thank
your
you so
husband also, the way he's
much.
sacrificed everything and then is joined the legal domain. And one thing on a personal note, Avdi, that it's really good that you thought that you'd carve out the path for yourself, and I'm glad you fell in love with media and entertainment industry, and I hope that the industry always shows this love back to you. I
Thank
think
you so
that is a
much.
good concluding note to end on. Thank you for being on the show. If there
Thank
is any last comment you have about us, the show, I know you can say, can say some good things. We'll put it, edit it, and alag se kaat.
No,
No, but yeah, yeah,
I loved how you have researched about me because I have not disclosed anything to you about me.
right, right, right,
So I rather it was very overwhelming to listen that he has done so much research on me. So
right,
yeah, I hope your podcast becomes really really famous. I have few clients who are into podcasts, and maybe I can put you there sometime. I can ask them
right,
out for you, and
right.
yeah, as a fellow lawyer, I just reach out to people for their success. I pray for it, and I know with together we grow. That's the
Right.
mantra.
Together we grow, together we learn. The first podcast had this motive. the council where it come in. But okay, I like, okay, and Mohit, this is more to the audience. So whenever you'll see Avdi's been talking throughout this interview, very smartly, even I don't know if it's a lawyer skills or whatever, she just puts out certain details that I will, network you with these people. In her mind, I don't know if it's just coming out naturally. If you look back, once this interview ends and we put it out, just go back and look, and you'll realize that you are talking very, kahi kahi jagah par you have marketed yourself. And there I see a sense of negotiation. And then I also see that, you have this sense ki nahi main sabko help karungi, main help kar rahi hu and all of that. At the same time, I see how good you are at networking. Because when I feel that, and your screen is frozen again. So yeah, it's back now. Yeah, but I think you're pretty good at networking also, because matlab ye sab kehna and then it reaches out. I think you're perfect for this industry, and I hope the industry blesses you with it. Okay, thank you so much for joining, Avdi. It has been a pleasure hosting
Thank you
you,
so much.
and I had a lot of fun hosting this first segment, first episode of Open
Thank
Floor with
you so
Nishank, with
much.
all the edits that are going to come, with all the stops that is going to come, but with a brilliant and charming guest. Thank you so much, Avdi, for this
Thank you so
episode.
much. I'll
Yeah.
say namaste to your audience for a bye.
Yes. Namaste, namaste.
Bye bye,
See you
guys.
guys,
Thank you so much.
and we'll tune out with the episode very soon. आ जाएगा, आप लोग देखना, react करना, and ढेर सारा प्यार देना अवधि को और उसकी टीम को. And they can also check out VNA Partners. Just a
Definitely.
free
Thank you
promotion
so
from
much
my
for
end.
having me,
Thank you so much,
Nishant.
guys. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.